is. She's really a person who's supported me from me having a teenage pregnancy. She's been my support system. She's been a very intellectual part of me, even realizing my business, my handling myself, and knowing needed a support system. Living with mental health, I am a lived experience of bipolar and ADHD, and it takes a lot of mental strength. It takes a lot of understanding.
Hi, my good people. Welcome to another episode of My Story of Future. This is Emma TV, and I'm your host, the White Tiger. And last time I hosted a woman here, a super lady called Isabella. And Isabella alikuwa na share story yake na akatuambia mtu alimwokolea ni nani? Ni TGEE. Sasa leo TGEE yuko kwenye show. Mimi nataka tu twende tusikize story ya TGEE, ajiintroduce na atuambie maneno yake. Si ni kweli? Come with me. Let's go.
My journey. So my journey begins with a name. When you come into this world, you're blessed with a name. My name is Thankgod Wapura. I'm from the Kikuyu culture, and my name originated from my circumstance. I'm not too sure if people really want to know the name, but basically, yes, people make choices, and Thank God has been an amazing name for me. And I shortened it to TGEE. So my friends call me TGEE.
So your name is Thankgod?
Yes. On my ID, my name is Thankgod Wambura. And the English name is Linda. So Linda, Thankgod Wambura are my official names. All my documents, my birth certificate, everything. So I go to banks and they're like, check your Gina. Yeah, so I'm used to it now. And even in school, it used to be, my mom used to have to come with the birth certificate and give a copy to all the teachers because they would keep asking me, what's this name? So yeah, thank God answer the question comfortably. I do answer. So yeah, that's my name.
And now, thank God amezaliwa, ameenda shule sasa.
Yes.
Take us through the journey of primary and...
Thank God was born in Tomotomo Hospital, and she actually was raised in Nyeri, a really amazing space in central Kenya. Went to one of the best public schools, Nyeri Primary. By then ilikuwa inaitwa Moi Nyeri Complex, a public school with an amazing way of teaching. We had a swimming pool in a public school. That's why I still believe that management is everything for public schools. And we got to learn how to speak English. We used to speak pure Kikuyu. You know, when you're born in Nyeri, it's you speak what your neighbors speak. So went to a really amazing public school, refined my English there, did my whole primary school in one school, and had a lot of support from teachers because I've gained my self-confidence. I know I don't struggle with confidence. I don't struggle with speaking in front of people. And that's something that I gained back then. It was a really enriching community for me.
Wow.
And it's a community that we are still close right now. We have a very strong alumni. We have several parents who have passed on, and we really support each other. We go for the burials. It was like family. So yeah, I had an amazing childhood.
Yeah.
Yes, my mom.
Your primary education was like the scenarios, it was all like ni fiti tu, ama kuna instances yenye bado unasema manze hizi story lazima niziseme leo.
Primary school yangu ilikuwa, my mom was a single mom, and she ensured that I loved reading. So birthdays, the best I remember is that in all my birthdays and in birthdays of my friends, she would gift books. She used to gift storybooks. And there's a friend I met the other day after like 20, 30 years, so many years. And akaniambia, your mom cultivated a reading culture in me because of giving us books and reading us storybooks. And nilikuwa wa kwanza kupata bike esto yetu. Like, ilikuwa just a nice, amazing childhood for me. Yes. Siwezi sema that I went through much struggle. My mom was the it. Like, she really made life comfortable. But that's because she has always been a teacher of English, and she wanted to inculcate in me several values, and she did a very good job in that, because I think we only have 0 to 7 years to raise a child. The rest lies back to the 0 to 7 years. Now I know that from psychology. So she did a perfect job, 0 to 7 years, but we had hiccups later as a teenager. Yes. So primary school, Nyeri Primary was amazing. Then now went to high school, the prestigious national school, Karema Girls. And Karema Girls is in North Kinangop. And it was a space where now I felt a bit off. My mom had just decided to get married, and she asked me if I want siblings. I was an only child for like 13 or more years. And then now she's mentioning children, and oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm feeling. I'm in my adolescent stages, so my hormones are all over. Going to high school was a little bit of a change, because now her attention shifted. Like I felt boom, nikachokwa mataa for a few minutes. So my teenage life was seeking my identity. Who is my dad? Why am I? And I was still very confident. I was still very vocal, and I did very well in poems and stuff that used to actually build me. And that was my escape. Drama and acting and being loud and being the girl who is told you may start a strike. That was my escape. And I did it so well, but at some point we actually had really huge wrangles and big issues with my mom, because her attention shifted from me to her new marriage and her new children, and I felt alone. I felt lonely in some circumstances. The house is full, but I'm lonely. So yeah, that was the bigger part of me getting back to, I need to know my dad. Yeah, and wrote letters in a red biro. Njo ukiwa high school umekasirika, like I need to know. So she said ukimaliza high school utamjua basi. So let me look for him. So she started the job of looking for him. And yeah, my high school was more of loud and strong, very strong, sometimes overconfident, which I balanced out later in life. And also realizing that I was different in terms of how I did things, and accepting my talents. The talents part was good because I was in a school that supported drama a lot. And, I could get to the nationals and I have a solo poem, and they would drive me to the nationals alone in that bus. Like, that was a lot of support from the school. So, yeah, this built me to where I am right now in terms of public speaking and being able to express myself.
So I want to take you back.
Yes.
After high school, did you know your dad, or what happened?
Yes. After high school, I got to meet my dad, and he brought me photos. He came to Nakuru. I'm based in Nakuru, and he came to Nakuru, and I remember my mom before I met him. My mom just told me he has another family, and I don't want you to be the one to break off anything or to instigate anything. Just because you want to meet him, you meet him and fill the void and see your way forward, but don't break anything. So I met him. We met in a hotel here in town, and it was very interesting. So when I met him, he has like big hair. And I was like, that's where I get my hair from. Because my mom has very little scattered hair, and I have a lot of hair on my head. So I got to see the hair. And the next thing I checked was his nails, because I have horrible nails. And my mom has beautiful nails which are strong, and so mine are usually very short, and they are like paper like, they really bend. So when I saw his nails, I was like, I took that too. So I went on just absorbing. He gave me photos, he gave me stories about himself, and it was an interesting but awkward, because at the same time I was like, why did I fast so much to meet him? I didn't feel, I think I expected too much and I didn't get that fulfillment. And even after that, he didn't reach out as much, and he wasn't as constructive in my life after that. So I let it be water under the bridge. But at least I knew my moherega, because as a girl, you follow your dad's moherega. I got to know where he's from. I got to know his personality and his character. Got to meet my brother, who, yeah, we've been friends since. And it's just been self-realization. Yeah, just getting to know me. Yeah.
So when did everything became awkward and you realized, now you know what, I'm feeling like I'm not okay, something is wrong with my mental, and you took a step?
So in school, I was very out there. It's the girl who is in every club and very active and very vocal. And I had too much energy. I had energy for everything. And when it came to reading, I could read even a whole night. And I noticed there are times I have hyper focus. I'm able to do so much in such a short time. And then there are times I don't have the energy to do anything. So I knew there was an issue, but I didn't know what. So after high school, I decided to pursue psychology.
Psycho what?
Psychology, and University of Nairobi gives you a chance to do 3. So I did psychology, sociology, and communication. And I majored with psychology and sociology. That's where I learned a lot about me. Because I think from a very early age, just like I told you, I started knowing myself very early. I knew I'm not an employment person. I knew that I would not sit in an office a whole 8 to 5. I realized that very early. So when I was choosing a course, I was choosing a course that could help me live with people. That psychology is the study of human behavior, and we have humans everywhere. Even when I'm as jobless as ever, I'll enjoy assessing and looking at my life and my society and having solutions that don't necessarily need me to have money, but I can solve issues with my knowledge. And that was the part that drove me to the course I did. But this same course is the same one that made me actually enjoy knowing myself more, because I realized I have an attention deficit hyperactivity problem, which is not really a deficit. It's more like a superpower. You're able to do so much in so little time, but you're at the same time very forgetful, very spontaneous. You'll make decisions like, I remember in campus, I had come from school and I was doing evening classes. And after class, I was like, nimemiss kwenda Mombasa. And I had money to take me to Mombasa and back. Nilipanda tu gari. Hivyo venye nilikuwa. Sikuwa na nini. Nilipanda tu basi. Asubuhi nikafika Mombasa, and I went to the beach and I enjoyed the sand. I went and bought swimming pool and slippers, because I remember I was in heels on that day. And I did Mombasa. And hey, as fate would have it, I don't believe in coincidences, but yeah, I met a neighbor of mine hapa Nakuru. Alikuwa ametoka kuchukua gari, so he passed by the beach and he was like, turudi Nairobi, turudi, my spontaneity, back to spontaneity. So yes, it makes it very hard for us to sustain relationships and to sustain marriages. You can imagine telling your husband, nimeamua kwenda Dubai, narudi kesho. So it could make life a bit hard, but once you realize and the people around you get to understand, you educate them. It's called psychoeducation. Tell people about it, and then they get to know you.
So hapo kwa dating and nini ngumu. So during that time una date ama udate alafu tena
sasa after high school, hyperactivity yangu ilinitoa from Karema, so nilimalizia Christ the King. My mom was like, oh, you're leaving a national school just because you don't want to finish, sawa twende. So I was taken to a Catholic school, shaped up my life for the rest of the final years of high school. And once I was out, it was a very interesting phase of my life, because I felt grown up at 18. I felt grown up, and I was like, I could actually start making decisions on my own. And a boyfriend I had from so long ago, I made decisions. And yes, Linda got pregnant at 19. Now that I was feeling so grown and so not enough to be a mom, but I honestly made a decision very fast because I realized within 2 weeks. And I was like, I know my mom will be mad as hell, and which she was. But I knew that I'm not making any decisions of this. So okay, back to my name. My name comes in because my mom had been coerced to aborting me, and she decided not to. So she thanks God that she decided to keep me. So back to the power of the name, that was not even a thought I had. But at the time, I had friends who were like, TG to abort. Umemaliza form 4, your virginity went and your baby came. You don't have to do this. Like society will judge you. And I knew all that would happen. But I decided, you know what? Teenage pregnancy does not look too bad on my books. I can handle this. I've handled much more before, and I decided I'm keeping it peacefully. My son is 13 now. I'm a mom to an amazing teenager, and he is really, really a very strong pillar in my life. And now I'm going to another stage in my life because now it's decisions that I could make alone, we make together, and we are really good friends. I utilize my psychology with him, like raising him up. I've always raised him up by what I learned in campus about child development, and he's been a really amazing kid. So yeah, I had that bump. So I am a testimony and a lived experience of teenage pregnancy, just like so many other statistics. Yeah, so that's why I work with ladies. We have a program called Okwa Kairetu, where we work with young pregnant ladies from the area of Morogi, and we are doing a fantastic job. I'm giving it back. I'm paying it back. The stigma I got, aunties judging you, your mom going on 100, but it was at the same time the best experience I had with my mom, and I got to experience therapy. I got to experience what counseling and therapy can do, and it did a big time on me. Back to personal development. Nilijijua sana, and that's a good part of it.
And najua tumekuwa na guest wetu hapa anaitwa Isabella. And
Yes.
Isabella directed us to you. Is that the same initiative you're doing that mlipatana na Isabella?
Yes, I introduced Isabella. I dragged her to my workplace, like twende tuone. So Isabella has been an amazing introduction of friendship in my life, because it's hard to get good people. It's hard to get authentic people. And Isabella bumped her way in my life through a friend who is actually it's a CBO we are in, called Black Coffee Network, and it networks people. And that is what it did with me and Isabella. Isabella found me at a time I needed her, and I found her at a time she needed me. So it was just the world doing its thing and life happening to us in the way it should. And I noticed she's very open. On the first day, the things she told me, like the way girls can talk. And I think I have that. I offer a safe space for people to share. And sometimes they go really deep, and you have to follow up. You can't just be like, oh, I know your story, bye. So Isabella just found her way into being a daily friend, being TG ako pale, Isabella ako pale kona, so that became a part of us guys just building each other. And I utilized what I know with her, and she was ready to learn. Isabella is like a sponge, is like a dry sponge. So she found me, water, and she was the sponge, and she sucked it all. So she started doing journaling. For those who are psychologists, they know the power of journaling. It's your book becoming your therapy. And that she did so well that she's even into business of selling notebooks and personal development journal questions that you can actually follow. Because now for her, she had me. But yeah, it makes sense for her to do it and pave it forward to someone else. And also just to have the experience of her being kicked out by her friend who she was living with. And at that time, I was going through a divorce, and I didn't feel good living alone, so it was a pleasure. Like, please, you're welcome. You just come over, and our friendship has been very solid and very authentic. And I can be difficult. I can be a difficult person to live with, but Isabella is one of the people who know that, who have made me realize that I'm honestly not that difficult. When your parents keep repeating and telling you, hey, you need to stabilize your life, you need to do this and this, and then you find a friend who seamlessly, you're having a very healthy relationship, and it becomes so organic and amazing that it's something I would want for several more people out there without much of a support system. Yeah.
So when did you meet Isabella?
I met Isabella in August 2020.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and it was a pertinent meeting with the office of the senator, and I needed to have another intelligent mind to come in with me to have these discussions about young people.
Wow.
So I asked a friend, and she was like, I know the perfect person. And Isabella was the perfect person.
Wow, wow,
Yes.
wow.
So that's where the whole journey began.
That's cool.
Yes.
And now,
Eh.
as we are winding up this session,
Mm-hmm.
I just want, because now you are a psychologist,
Yes.
and the world right now is going through a lot, especially teenage and young adult.
Mm-hmm.
We have this camera here.
Yes.
Now we are giving you the 15 minutes of fame. The world is now focusing on you in the next 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
One word.
Passion. Passion is a very, very wide word with how you'd want it to mean. But for me, it means doing what you love and loving what you do, even when it pays you nothing. I don't want to be a doctor because I'm paid in dollars or I'm paid by a certain amount. I want to do what I love to do, because right now I wake up in the morning, and if I know I'm going to go and meet young people and speak to amazing humans, oh my gosh, if okay, I am paid for it because now it's a career, but even if I was getting nothing for it, I would love it, I would enjoy it, and I would want the same for everyone, Manze. I want us to know that each of us is born with a gift. Each of us is born with what would make you money without you having any money. You have it inside you. We all have this hunger. Look for your hunger. Look for your why. Why are you alive? Why are you born? Okay, there's being alive and being, what's your reason for being here? So once you merge your reason for being here and merge, it took me a while to realize, but once I did realize, I do everything like it's my North Star. If you're working with young people, and I'm very good with group work, I know what I am good at very clearly. And I'd love that for every one of us. It would make life so much easier. We would have less mental health issues, because when you love what you do, it just drives you. You want to wake up in the morning and go conquer the world.
So world wajue lazima ukuwe passionate about what
Lazima
you're doing.
ukwe passionate, manze. Si pesa, si
And,
pesa.
hiyo journey yote lazima kuna watu wamekusupport sana.
Yes.
And looking to that camera,
Yes.
tell your mom something, your son
Yes.
something, the character developer,
Yes.
and Isabella. Tell them something.
Let me start with Isabella. Isabella, thank you for being an amazing human who has allowed herself to grow and develop. And I love what you're becoming. What are you becoming is usually a big step into me and choosing the friends I do. And Isabella has been a perfect example that you don't remain where you are. You keep growing, you keep moving, you keep establishing yourselves in ways. I'll say this, that I have seen Isabella take her first flight without any money in her account. I have seen Isabella go to the gym at 5 a.m. And I think you saw how her body size is. I have seen Isabella hungry and enjoying to go to work, and hungry to make her footprint in this world. So yes, Isabella, thank you so much. I'd like to thank my son, Dorian. Dorian has been that guy who, has made mom a friend and has made me want to do the best that I can be. He's in an Afrocentric school, one of the only Afrocentric schools in this country, and I know his greatness will change the world. So keep doing it. Keep doing your part in this world. I want to thank my mom. My mom is, oh my gosh, let me just say, crazily awesome. Crazy is on this side, awesome is on this side, but it's a perfect combination of who she is. She's really a person who's supported me in from me having a teenage pregnancy. She's been my support system. She's been a very intellectual part of me, even realizing my business, my handling myself, and knowing that even if the challenges are there, we are family, and it doesn't matter what comes in, we'll still have each other's back. And that's what she's always been. And my amazing sister Koi, my sister has become a friend. Remember, I told you I was 13 years alone?
She's a sister.
No, she's become such a friend, and she's the one I tell everything. She's the one who knows my relationships. She's the one who knows my deeper side of life. And I really appreciate her for being a listener, for allowing me to just have that side of her and her having me in her life. It's an amazing venture. I also want to thank Thuo. Thuo is my spouse and my partner. And I want to just say that, yes, I needed a support system. Living with mental health, I am a lived experience of bipolar and the ADHD. And it takes a lot of mental strength. It takes a lot of understanding. It takes a lot of knowledge and know-how when you're living with somebody with chemical imbalance in their brain. And I am proud of who I am. I am focused about achieving what I came to do in this world. And I really appreciate everybody who's been a support system. I may not have mentioned you here, but you know yourselves, you've always been and will always be appreciated by me.
Yeah, so kuna watu wanaweza taka services zako za psychology, unajua.
Yes.
So maybe your number ama tunaweza kukupata wapi?
So number is usually the most direct. My firm inaitwa TGEE Consulting, TGEE Consulting. My website is www.tweegee.co.ke, and my number is 0720 977 358. And let me repeat the number again, 0720 977 358. I'd also want to mention that I am a psychologist who helps people heal naturally. I'm a naturalist, and that means I deal with herbs, I deal with natural ways on healing your mind and healing your body without necessarily using pharmaceuticals to do the job for you. So yes, I appreciate every person who has made TG become TG today, and I'll keep doing my thing.
Wow, and here at Sema TV, we really say thank you.
Yeah.
Na karibu tena. Next time tunakuita kama psychologist sasa.
Yes.
Ukuje uongee na sisi about mental issues.
All day, every day.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
So asante sana kwa kuja.
Yeah. Asante.
And guys, mi hata story ya TG kuna venye imenibamba sana na nimekuwa educated, nimekuwa challenged. I hope hata umekuwa challenged manzi. Na kesho huenda niwe tunakuleta hapa utupigie story yako. And please ensure umesubscribe, umeshare, na pia ukitaka kushare story yako na sisi mazee, tuhole. Namba yetu ni 0716 765 132. Ukituma story yako hapo ama utume story yako at sematv.co.ke, tutaipata pale hivyo na tutachapa story yako. Keep it here, we keep it real, and this is Sema TV. Host wako nimekuwa the White Tiger.